Good morning, and thank you very much for joining me for this morning's meditation session. So, I was actually going to run another sounding um, morning where we sound each of our chakras in the main body, and also the Earth Star one, which is below the feet in the ground. But um, after a conversation I had with someone yesterday, I felt that perhaps I could use this time instead to just support the people who have lost family or friends over this few weeks, either through this virus or through other illnesses, um, because there are ongoing things happening as well. People are still passing from all sorts of other conditions and all sorts of diseases. Um, so you can always do this at another time as well. There's a gong bath, which I created a few weeks ago, which was also to help the ones who are still stuck in this plane and who haven't managed to go wherever they need to go home, move on in their consciousness so that they can continue their evolution instead of being stuck here in a non-material form. So so today is just to just the intention is just to bring love to the ones who have lost people, lost friends, lost family, and also to provide the space for them to connect to their loved ones so that they can say goodbye. And by doing this, to also help the ones who have passed to continue on their journey, to continue onwards. And like I said, not just be stuck here. So we're going to go straight into our normal prep meditation, which is to bring light into our bodies. So it helps to raise our vibration. It helps to bring us awareness of where in our bodies may need some help, what might be stuck in those areas. If you become aware of limiting beliefs or old thoughts which you think, oh, I didn't realize I was thinking this way, and it's not at all conducive or positive for you in your life, then you can also use this time to just, because as things come to the surface, as old thoughts come to the surface, we can just have a look at them and acknowledge them and say, okay, fine. Perhaps at some point in time, perhaps when I was a child, this was a means to protect myself. But I'm an adult now, and I don't need this. I want to do other things. I want to explore, investigate, explore how empowered and how powerful I am, and how much choice I have. And therefore, I'm just going to release this. Okay, so if you'd like to start to pay attention to your breath, so we're doing this very much whilst we are awake and aware, so please don't lie down for this. Just make sure that your feet are on the ground and your back is straight and fully supported on your chair. I've got hay fever, which is making things itch, eyes, nose, throat. So if I croak a little bit or sneeze part way, please excuse me. No, it's not the virus. It's hay fever. Oh gosh. Especially when I open the door, or when the sun rises in the morning, I'm already starting to sneeze in bed. So, oh well. That's just the way it is for the time being. So start to slow your breath down. Connect with your body. Connect with all your senses. You can hear my voice, and as you watch this video, perhaps you can smell some flowers, or you can smell an aroma, And what can you taste in your mouth? And just allow yourself to be open to changes in what you're sensing. So if you smell something different, go with it. If you taste something different, go with it as well. And how does your skin feel? Do you feel heat, warmth? And just be aware as we do this meditation about any changes which you may sense, because some people have reported smelling different things, smelling different flowers, suddenly going quite cold or suddenly becoming very, very warm. And some people say it's because all our family of light are coming, and so there is a slight change in temperature as a result of that. So we also call in as we start to breathe in a more relaxed and in a more smooth and gentle way, bringing in more oxygen as we do so, connecting to the rhythm of our heart as we slow our breath down, connecting to the rhythm of the earth through our heartbeat. And you may even begin to sense other things which you may not have been aware of previously. So we welcome in all our families of light as well. All the angels we work with, all the spirit animal guides, the crystal beings, the plant and the tree peoples, and of course we welcome in the consciousness of our beautiful planet, which we take sustenance from and always supports us. So nature never makes mistakes. So we're all here for a reason. We're not a virus. We're not something to be shuttered off. We all have a reason to be here. But the call is to be more responsible in how we treat each other and how we treat other life forms, no matter how different they may be. And understanding that this planet is another life form as well. So just be appreciative of all this wonderful oxygen that you're supplying to all the cells of your body as you're breathing in. And as you're breathing out, you're just letting go of all this carbon dioxide that you don't need, byproduct of your body's products, of your body's processes. And so you can imagine yourself surrounded by this beautiful gold light with flecks of pink, with rivulets of platinum. And we're surrounded by this gorgeous light, which is conscious in its own right. And it's alive as it moves around us and spirals and swerves and shifts. So you can begin to draw it in to your body through your crown chakra, through the top of your head, into the pineal gland, which is in the center of your brain. And you can know or imagine or visualize that this little gland in the middle of your brain is just filling up with this gold, platinum and pink light. If you want to add a different color, go ahead. If you want green, if you want something like emerald green or a dark green like malachite, very dark green, then go ahead. And just see and know that this is flooding into the middle of your brain, into the pineal gland. And from there it's flooding into the rest of your brain, the both sides of the brain, down into the brain stem, into the frontal lobe and into the pituitary gland, which is just behind your third eye. And with every in-breath that you take, you're taking in more of this gold light, and it is shifting all the old limiting beliefs, all the old blocks which may be in your subconscious, in your brain. computers, in the data banks of your brain. So you're releasing them, and by releasing them, you're providing more space for all this gold light, and also later on, your own pure spirit, your pure soul light to enter and to inhabit, helping us to be more embodied, embodying more of our spirit. So if you have old thoughts which just don't serve you, old familial ancestral thoughts passed down by the family, by cousins, aunts, uncles, you think, no, that doesn't apply to me, it doesn't work for me, it doesn't feel right anymore, then just I release them. Let them return to their most perfect place or be transmuted into gold light. And just feel all this beautiful liquid light which has flowed into your mind, into your brain, and into the brainstem. Just feel it start to inhabit these spaces as well, helping your cells to vibrate at a different rate, at a slightly higher rate. And now all this light is entering the eyes, the eye sockets, down into the nose, the nasal cavity, into the cheekbones, into the ears, into your bones, the skull bones, the joints, into the upper jaw, the gums, the teeth, the tongue, the mandible, and the gums and the teeth. And as it's doing that, it's also flowing down the skeletal structure of your spine, down all the individual bones of your spine, all the cartilage, all the tendons, down right to your tailbone, right to the base of your spine and your tailbone. So if you need to move to help this, or if you need to sway, then please go ahead. Let's go with what you need to do. If you need to get up and shake your hands or shake yourself out, or you need to dance, please go ahead. Follow your intuition. Start using your inner compass and your inner wisdom and your inner guidance system. No one can lie to you when you start doing that. So it's also going down all the nerves, into all the branching, into all parts of the body, into all the nerve endings as well, all the way down the legs, down to the feet, and also down the arms into the fingertips and the tips of the ears as well, the ends of the ears, all the extremities. And it starts to flood down the throat into the thyroid glands, the esophagus, your tongue, into the bones of your shoulders and the clavicles, the shoulder blades, down the arms, down the lymph system as well. It's flooding the lymph system, the blood, the muscles, all the spaces between the different parts of the body, into the fingers, then down into the thymus gland, into the tops of the lungs, and down into all of the lungs, both left and right lung, and into the heart. And once again, if you feel any or you sense any discordant thoughts, just aren't helpful at this time, then just give intention that they are all released or transmuted into gold light. We are adults now and we can make decisions for ourselves. So take a few deep breaths as you do that, and setting the intention, you release everything which no longer serves you, any old limiting beliefs, limiting thoughts which may have been imposed, which you may have adopted, which you thought was fine but you don't anymore. Just Set the intention that it's now time to release them from all your cells, all your nerves, all your blood, all the muscles, all the bones, all the lymph glands, all the lymph system, the lymphatic system, all the glands as well, all the organs from the whole brain. And now we're going to also allow our spirit light to come in, and you may perceive it as any light, as any color that you are called to. So let it enter in the same way that this gold source light entered. So into the crown with the next in-breath, and it goes into the pineal, left, right hemisphere, down into the brainstem, and flooding the frontal lobe. And it's kind of spiraling with the source light. It is the same light, basically. But I like working with the source light first to just push, create more space for our spirit light. So with every in-breath, it's effortless, this light, your spirit, your pure spirit, is just pouring in, entering all the little crevices into all the cells, into the atomic and the subatomic level. So you're really grounding this into your physical being, which is why it's better for you to be awake, and then you can sense what this does to your physical body. So just be very aware of any changes in what you might smell or taste or feel or even hear. Maybe you may hear something other than my voice or the sounds around us or around you. So it's pouring into the pituitary gland, pouring into the eyes, into the nose, into the ears, into your cheekbones, into the whole skeletal structure, into the teeth, gums, lower jaw, teeth, gums again, tongue, down your spine, all the way down to the tailbone, through all the nerves, your nervous system, into all the nerve endings, including the vagus nerve, which comes back up to the brain. And it's pouring into the throat, into the thyroid, esophagus, your tongue, into the shoulders, the arms, the muscles, the lymph, the blood, cartilage, nerves, all the way to the fingertips and your nails as well. And it floods down and inhabits all the spaces that spirit source light had inhabited too, coupled together into the tops of the lungs, the thymus, down into the lungs, into the heart, into the sternum, into the rib cage as well. So now we're bringing both, and they're twined together. They merge together, because when we have earth energy coming up, then it is like the two strands of DNA. So let's let the source and your spirit light just merge together as they journey down through the diaphragm into the stomach and into the liver, spleen, pancreas, and it starts going down into the small intestines. And anytime you pick up any old limiting thoughts, any new limiting thoughts and beliefs, who knows, then just give intention to release. Let them go where they need to go, to the most perfect place, or you can give intention that they're whichever is best. Go to the perfect place or be transmuted into gold. Okay? So into the kidneys, adrenals, and starting into the large intestines and into the sexual organs and the hip bones and the pelvis and the sit bones, which you will be very aware of. All the muscles, all the joints, all the tendons, all the cartilage, all the lymph, all the blood, all the nerves as well, flooding all parts of your body and into your bladder. So especially into the sexual organs, if they're old belief systems, oh, men have to be like this, women have to be like that, and you're like, no, I want to investigate what I can be, what I want to be, and I don't want all this stuff. So set the intention of just releasing it. Thank you, but no thank you, not anymore. Let's see them all just going back to where they need to go or being transmuted into gold light. Down into the bladder, down to the base, the perineum, pelvic floor muscles. Very, very important that we have strong pelvic floor muscles. And then down the legs, muscles, all the bone marrow through the body as well. There's a lot of bone marrow in the legs, in the bones in the legs. And the muscles again, the lymph, nerves into the knee, to the joints, tendons, cartilage. And then the muscles, down into the shins and the calves, into the ankles, the heel arches, and into all the little bones of the feet, right to the toes and your toenails as well. Yes, toenails. And now we're allowing this to go down from the feet and from the root, from the base of the spine. So together they merge with your Earth Star chakra, which is below your feet, about a foot below your feet in the ground. And this beautiful light, the merging of source and spirit light, fuses and merges and fills your Earth Star chakra. And then it continues its journey down through all the physical and energetic layers of Earth. It goes all the way down towards the core of the planet. And as we approach the core, Mother Earth extends her arms up towards us, taking us into her bosom, reminding us how much she loves us and how much she cherishes us, and how important we are to her. And you can anchor to the physical core of the planet, or you can anchor to the star energetic core of the planet, or both. And she sends up an answering spiral of light, of energy, up that lovely strand or tube of light that we sent down. So it's spiraling up through all the energetic and the material layers of Earth, up into our Earth Star chakra, and feel it fuse with this chakra, and it continues its journey up our feet and up to the tailbone, and it comes up our legs through the bones of the feet and the ankles and up to the knees, and it's flooding the entire physical body system and also the energy bodies as well. We just don't talk about that, but it's what happens too, floods out to that. We're not just physical creatures, we're also energetic, and there are more subtle bodies around us, beyond the physical. So it's merging and flooding the lymph system, the blood system, the musculature, the bones, the bone marrow, the nervous system, and it's coming up the legs, it's merging with the butt and with the hip bones, the hip joints, into the spinal cord, through the tail, up the skeletal spinal cord, all the little bones and all the cartilage, all the tendons, and up to the base of the spine, the occipital region. But it's also merging with the nervous, the whole central nervous system in the spine, and flooding and merging with the rest of the network, the nerve network, to the whole of the body. So it's coming into the bladder, into the perineum, all the muscles and the bones and joints, into the large intestines, into the sexual organs, into the kidneys, adrenals, coming up into the liver, the spleen, the pancreas, small intestines. Again, it's flooding all the nerves, all the blood, all the lymph, and all the spaces between the organs, into all the cells, into the atomic and the subatomic structures, into every part of us, every single part of us. It's nourishment, it's rejuvenation, it's what we need to really thrive here on the planet. This is not something alien or other, it is who we are. So into the stomach, into the lungs, the heart, thymus, into all the bones in this region, down the arms, all the bones, all the muscles, all the joints, right to the fingertips, and then up into the thyroid, the throat, and the tongue, the esophagus, into the mandible, the gums, teeth, into the upper jaw, into the nose, cheekbones, ears, eyes, into the pituitary, into the pineal, left, right side of the brain, and it's come up as well beyond the occipital into the skull with all its joints and ear bones, all the structures, into the frontal lobe. Keep breathing in as you bring all this energy so that it floods your cells at absolutely each and every one of your trillions of cells. And feel whether there's any change in your body. Okay, well, mine's tingling like, yeah, crazy. Tingling, vibrating. Woo, woo, woo. It's like, yay. Every cell's like, yay. Just what we need. All this beautiful energy and some attention. And just taking some time to connect with self. And so this light continues up towards source. So keep breathing. And now we just connect into our hearts, connect to our hearts. And start to increase your love quotient, or the love energy here, by thinking about the people you love, thinking about your family, thinking about your dear friends, thinking about your animal companions if you have any, because they are really unconditional. So sometimes it's easier to generate more love energy in your heart by thinking of your animal companions. And what you can also do is you can think of all the places you love. We're all stuck at home at the moment. No traveling allowed, except for the very rich who manage to break all rules. There's still private planes, and I don't know if there are public planes flying to and from England, from the UK. Why? I don't know. Anyway, so for most of us, you can just think and imagine being there, hearing the lapping of the waves, smelling the clear mountain air, or the smell of pine, the smell of is really intrinsic to that place, or the sounds which are really intrinsic to that place. So feel your heart expand, feel this energy expand. If you feel resistance, that's okay. Your heart's trying to open a bit more, that's all. It's not that there's something wrong with you. So you can just blow into your heart. And sometimes, usually it helps to just let it open a little bit more. So you can bring to mind, if you've lost anyone, any friends or any family, you can bring to mind these people. And you can imagine them in front of you. If you start crying, that's fine. That helps you to open your heart even more. You can tell them how much you love them and how much you miss them and how you wish you could have been there to hold their hand when they passed. Talk to them as if they're there. Pour your heart out, because they will hear you, even if they've gone and they've managed to continue their journey. They will sense and pick up what you're saying to them, especially when it's from the heart. It's crazy how energy works, but it crosses space. Thought is faster than the speed of light, I think. So if you're sending them loving thoughts, wonderful. If this is helping you to grieve, oh, please excuse King. I think we have our window cleaner here, so he's just warning me of an intruder. So just speak to them. Focus on your love. And now, if it's time to say goodbye, express whatever you want to express. And we're so grateful that we've known you. We're so grateful that you're our family or our friend. We're so sorry that you've gone. But we hope your journey will be smooth and beautiful. That all your angels are there and that you can see them. And that you can take the most swift, easiest route home and to wherever you need to go. Wherever is perfect for you at this time. That you move on and your consciousness goes to where it needs to go so you can continue your evolution in the most beautiful, perfect, loving way. Just let them go. You can imagine a shooting star. That's their spirit returning home. So I really hope that this was helpful for you in expressing your grief and expressing your love from your friends or your family. And thank you for being part of their sending home committee, because it would be helpful, very, very helpful for them. Very, very helpful for them to express that, yes, you'd really like them to be able to go home easily and both beautifully, and that you're okay. You're gonna be okay here. So just allow yourself to sit in the energy of love. Nothing ever dies. Energy doesn't die. Spirit does not die. Spirit continues. And sometimes spirit is incarnate again. So I really hope that this little meditation was really, really useful for you. And I'm so sorry for your loss. But thank you in joining me to do this. And I wish you and all your ancestors and your friends, your families who are here and who are gone, just all my love. So remember that you may need to take quite a bit of water and eat well and have a rest if you need to after this. If you need to have a sleep or a nap, then perhaps it's a good idea too. It can take a lot of energy when we're grieving, so you need to treat yourself with gentleness. So thank you once again for joining me in this meditation this morning. And may your lives be filled with light and with love, unconditional and infinite. So take care and enjoy a beautiful sunny day. Goodbye.